Hey there, how you doing? I'm Yalek, and we're going to do a video on 5-man operations. This is my team. We have pushed the leaderboard before. With this group of players, we've gone as high as I think number 6 in the world. Previously, this task force at one point reached number 2. We're pushing again. We've actually had a really good run of it. For me, it's Sunday morning and it's early. I woke up like an hour and a half before my alarm. Wasn't going back to sleep anyway, so I figured, what the heck, I might as well get up and do this video because I owe my guys. Because I had just released a video yesterday, but it was from 5 days ago. It was this dead end, the 1131 that you see down here, which, as it happens, has just fallen off the attack log. But I had the video saved, edited it, uploaded it, and then yesterday published it, and it wouldn't play. So the upload must have been corrupted or something somehow, which is a shame because that was a beautiful op. 1131 force points, the most you can get in 5-man dead end. And it was not just 5 but 6 blue lines actually, because I started this operation in the middle of the video and did this hit live. So 6 blue lines for the price of 5, and we were very impressed with ourselves. And then the video didn't play. So yesterday we also had a very good operation, the 944 force points that you see here. And when I click on this, you are not going to see 5 blue lines. You're going to see 4. However, being honest with you, I'd say that this was probably a better operation than the one in the video that I did. Because even though there were 6 blue lines in that video, all of those op bases were fairly standard, whereas this roll that we had, this operation finished yesterday, was not really standard. And you can see the first 3 guys attacked early, Sven, Perrins, Mav, and then the op sat there for like 20 hours, and it was not in good condition. The names don't look all that terrifying, but Boomtown is never good in 5-man play, because it's not a solo base under any normal conditions. The Ransom was the 298, and it was not pretty, but we'll see all that in a minute. Anyway, we got the Boomtown in 2 hits, we got the Ransom, and we got 944 force points, which is a really good day regardless. If we averaged that every single day, we would reach number 1, for sure. But especially given the fact that it was not a really nice, it was not an obviously friendly op roll. So, we'll look over the early hits here, which, being honest with you, I don't recall whether I've looked at this or not, so this might be news to me. So let's see, we've got 1.8 million here. This is Sven, and he's on Conofold. The 262 base looks like at least 4 shocks, but we will see. Notice his flare point there, right next to that little line on the ground. It's a very good flare point. I've taken to using it recently. Gets you this walk, especially when these cells are present. You're going to walk right along those power cells. Makes your walk nice and manageable. Nothing too crazy here. Other than, I mean, this shock is a little bit of a weird one. This should not range the kill zone. You do have to worry about the machine guns, get those shocked early. And just for, oh, his flare must have been a little bit off up there. His girls went around this side of the machine gun, a couple of them, and got picked off. Not a ton, but didn't notice that before. I did see this. When I watched this, I was thinking whether he was going to try to shock those machine guns as well. They didn't end up mattering, but I just get a little nervous sometimes. Anyway, 4 shocks, machine guns, shock launcher, rocket launchers. What'd I say, 1.8 million, 1.6 plus 200k. So a nice little walk in the park for Sven there. Perrins on Dredge, always fun when you get Dredge. I don't remember what the alternate bases were on this operation. Like, I don't remember what we chose to leave. It's kind of a pity that you can't see that stuff after the fact. regardless, this was as good as we were going to get out of this operation. Notice you don't have to smoke the beach here. You start a little bit to the right, you don't have to worry about those rocket launchers. If they're any closer, yeah, if there are rocket launchers anywhere over here, sure. But those rocket launchers are nearly always there, and you never have to smoke the beach for them. Excuse me. It's my coffee talking. Hey, I did say it's early. A little different path here for Perrin. Normally we go to the right side of these snipers. He's gone to the left. Doesn't matter, really. I guess you'd be one way or the other. One shock, two shocks. Lucky no shock down here. Usually that's going to be shock launchers. 3? Are you going to range? He doesn't... Hey, what's with the mortars? You gotta shock the mortars, parents. I don't think this one over here was necessary, and honestly probably could have crittered first. Yeah, I don't think he was real happy with himself there. He's barraging stuff. Did he boost? Curious. Sorry, not trying to, like... I'm just wondering whether that's a hit where sometimes I will try to escape without boosting, and it looks like he did, just to be on the safe side, because with these hits, always better safe than sorry. Anyway, that was the 155 phase. So, this was a good hit on Boomtown. This is Maverick. He's going for both shield generators, and honestly, I'm going to speed that up a little bit. That does not always work. I've seen a lot of people call for this hit. Yeah, I'm going to go kill both shield generators and not do it, including myself. So, not the easiest hit in the world. Just going to farm as much as possible with those bombers over there. I believe he dropped some bombers over here too. Oh, flare was still active. That sucks. He was going to clear some of this stuff and get some more GBE. But that didn't end up working out. Anyway, this is going to happen for a few more seconds. So the one boat over there, and that gets those generators, which, alright, that's the easy part. The hard part is not that. The hard part is over here. He's using critters to clear shock mines. Shock mines would be bad for what's about to happen next. We'll speed that up even more, because boy, that's, you know. So bullet and all Zookas. And this is, I mean, this hit is about GBE management. You really have to. So you see he's gap smoking. He's trying to conserve GBE as much as possible. Not smoking for bullets, smoking for the Zookas. Let bullet get shot a little bit. He's a professional. That's what he does. And again, as soon as he can be done smoking, he has taken care to know when that's feasible, all in order to save the GBE, to be able to do this, because that's a lot of smokes, because he had to smoke over here, you recall. That's 5-6 smokes, and then smoking all the way back to there. So, shields are down. Great. Now what? Let's see, finish out this hit, see what else I was thinking, he does try to clear some mines over here, but again, he's already used a lot of GBE. So he's planning on setting up a kill zone over here, you can see, because he's trying to clear those mines. Didn't have GBE for more, unfortunately. We'll come back to that. So that's where he left off on that. Or no, actually, we'll do my hit last. So then Argus, Maverick, who just did that hit, had put some suggestions in chat for how he was, or how he thought would be best to approach this hit from here. Not a lot on this core, as I recall. It was like 1.2, something like that. So that's not bad, but you got to get there, and there's a lot of things to shock, and also you got to get there, and that's part of a problem, because all of these shock mines are just a nightmare for your Zookas. It's better when there are cells. Sometimes there are rows of cells between these shock mines, and that's good. You can use those cells to your advantage to get your girls walking along the cells, and then that will keep them from hitting the shock mines. In this case, there are no cells. There's nothing to pull your girls in tight as they walk, and I was watching this hit live, and I had my heart in my throat. You'll see why in a second. I forgot to ask Argus. I am wondering whether he has upgraded his smokes here, because now we have HQ 24, and there's a new level for everything, including new levels of smokes, which I think lasts for an extra second. That is going to come into play. Usually, you hit a shock mine on your walk, you're done. Bye. It's over. He almost got by these. Almost did. I think he triggers one. Good flare points, nothing wrong with that. It's just, like I said, there's nothing to pull your girls in tight. And so he nixed that one, and I'm just sitting here watching this live. And I wasn't yelling, per se, but I was talking at my screen. I just kept saying, mines, mines, mines. This is why I'm wondering whether he's upgraded the smokes, because his girls had the time to recover and catch up with Bullet. And these smokes have not expired yet. This one is just about to, but he's also just about to enter this smoke, which is pretty safe at the moment. And he's still got a lot of his Zookas. I don't know what he lost there, but it wasn't much. See, this is what I mean about walking up the row of defenses as he's doing now with those snipers. That keeps the girls pulled in tight. So he's set up with Bullet here. This was one of the suggestions that Maverick made in chat, was just go with Bullet here. There's still a lot going on here, kind of messy looking, so, I mean, he got to the kill zone, and he had his Zookas, and he didn't die from the shock mines, and it was looking pretty good, but man, I was still very, very nervous right up until about now. And it was the barrage for the win. Awesome, fantastic, we'll take that. That's, again, so that's 2 hits on Boomtown. That's 113 force points apiece, but I don't think our other options were very good. So we weren't going to get more with the, let's see, it looks like it was the 190 base that got left and the 119 that got left. So the 2 hits on Boomtown and dropped it, and that was good. And then the last problem on this operation was this guy. Well, this had happened just before that previous hit. So this is the 298. And there's a friggin' microwaver right in the path, the normal path for your Zookas. And like I said, the 3 guys hit early in this op, and I just stared at this for like a day, almost 20 hours or whatever I said. And I just did not love the options that were. If I stuck with the standard path, it just didn't seem like it was gonna work out. I only have 5 GBE anyway. This base is 2.2 million, and having to shock this microwaver once might be workable, because then I need 3 shocks up here, standing obviously back in that little corner. Usually their defense is back there. Today there aren't, and if you get far enough back there, these rockets don't range. Obviously these won't either, so just the 3 shocks. But you got to get there, and shocking the microwaver at least once on the way by. Okay, I'm fine with that, because I know I'll have enough for 4 shocks once I get back to my kill zone. If I have to shock it twice, which is quite likely, I don't have enough for 5 shocks. Excuse me. That's my alarm going off. I told you I was up early. Stared at it, and finally I decided that there had to be a better way of doing this. And so this is what I came up with. You can see I just cleared some mines around, shock mines and things around that boom cannon. Here's my plan. I also cleared 1 mine near this sniper tower. It was only a level 20, but I cleared it anyway. Here we go, get all gathered up. This is par for the course. Luckily it wasn't a hot beach. That would not have helped here. But where that mine was that I cleared, I'm going to flare up to that little area, which is a nice straight flare. Like if you look at your screen from where my girls are standing, that's like pretty much where I'm going to flare is pretty much straight up from the top of my screen. Then I'm going to do a nice little 45-degree flare right over in front of this boom cannon. Because I'm looking at these defenses here and thinking to myself, from here up to there, as long as I get the flare point right, the girls should walk in this nice little row here, right? Hopefully. And then that gets us away from this awful microwaver. And then from there, another nice little flare right up towards the top of my screen. That should keep my girls walking pretty nice, and we'll go past these machine guns and up to my kill zone. Like I said, kill zone's nice, only 3 shocks. Trouble is getting there. So this ended up, I will say, like, this ended up working out way better than it could have. I was very careful about the path on this. I was very careful about my flare points. Probably a good idea in any circumstance, but like this one got planned extra before I finally like decided for sure this was what I was going to do. But I just didn't see it happening if I took the usual way. And this path ended up being beautiful. I couldn't complain too much about the result. One tiny nitpick: normally with this kind of a setup you'd flare like further back into this corner. I didn't bother to reflare, so you're going to see my girls park kind of left-ish of where they might have been, and that is going to bring one of these rocket launchers over here into play. So there's my 3 shocks. This guy's going to nip off a few girls there at the edge, but that's okay because this core is dying rapidly, and I had enough GBE for something else, so threw out some critters, threw another shock down. That was going to buy me a little bit more time. Could not have asked for a better result on a base like this, because that just, like at the beginning of the operation, it looked like it could have been a wipeout kind of day because of that stupid microwaver being there. As it turns out, this little secondary path I cooked up, I was careful about my lines and my angles, and that worked out perfectly. And so that 944 force points, like, I mean, it's not as good as 5 blue lines. Sure, we'd take 5 blue lines any day of the week, but like that 944, we had to work a lot harder for it than we did for that 1131, the video that got corrupted. So I was pretty proud of us. Like I said, we're fat fingers. This is what we do. Like the video, thumbs up. Good job to my guys, obviously, on an operation like that. And I will catch you guys later. Take care.